Imagine a deserted Japanese street at night. A woman in a red coat stands under a flickering streetlight, her face hidden behind a surgical mask. This is Kuchisake-Onna, the Slit-Mouthed Woman. Legend says she was once a beautiful woman whose mouth was carved open from ear to ear by a jealous samurai husband. Her ghost traps modern victims with a question: "Am I beautiful?" Answering no results in immediate death. If you say yes, she removes the mask to reveal the wound and asks the question again. Denying her beauty then leads to death, while agreeing prompts her to carve your own face to match hers. You cannot outrun a spirit. Survival depends entirely on psychological confusion, offering a non-committal answer like average to buy a few seconds of escape. By the late 1970s, Japan was a global leader in technology and industry, defined by its neon-lit cityscapes. Despite this modernization, public dread over the Slit-Mouthed Woman paralyzed major cities. Parents kept children indoors, and districts implemented 7 p.m. curfews, emptying the streets after dark. News programs and newspapers treated the sightings as fact, while television studios produced horror films that reinforced the public's supernatural fears. A ghost story effectively shut down a high-tech society. While the public looked for ghosts, the police investigated a spike in missing children. They were tracking a series of abductions linked to human traffickers. The terror had a human origin. Criminal syndicates were weaponizing the legend, using the myth as a smokescreen to hide a trafficking ring. The manufactured fear cleared the streets. These curfew zones created an environment where traffickers could operate without witnesses. When abductions were spotted, the victims' descriptions of masked figures were reported as ghost sightings rather than crimes, stalling the investigation and misleading the police. These syndicates used a cultural legend to make the public actively blind to a real-world threat. Authorities launched sting operations to dismantle the networks exploiting the legend. During one intense pursuit, a masked suspect died in a high-speed car crash while attempting to flee the police. The line between myth and reality blurred in the morgue. When authorities removed the suspect's mask, they found her mouth had been physically slit open. Years later, syndicates used the legend of the 8-foot-tall lady to enact the same kidnapping schemes. As long as a cultural terror exists, predators will use it as a blueprint for violence. Once the traffickers were arrested, the sightings and disappearances stopped instantly. The streets returned to normalcy. The legend survived through global pop culture, influencing characters like the Joker, whose scarred smile mirrors the Slit-Mouthed Woman. Urban legends function as psychological tools capable of manipulating public behavior. The real danger remains the human predators who operate behind the safety of a myth.